So I'm trying to start a film with zero experience. Now, you probably heard something like this before, but I do have an issue. I love film, I love photography, I love videography, I love watching movies, but I have this huge procrastination issue with me. So it started like this. I was like, okay, I'm gonna make a film, but I can't make a film. Know why? Because I don't have a drone. Yo, if I get the SC DJI drone, it'll be over. Like I'll be able to make the film, and well, actually you can see it's a little damaged right here. But this was one of the things that I was saying that like if I get the drone, well that's it. It's done. I'm good. I don't need anything else. I can make my films. I got the drone. Guess what? No films. No films whatsoever. Then guess what I told myself? I said, no, that's drone. It's that's an old drone. That wasn't worth it. You know what I really need? I need the mini, because if I get the mini, I can travel with it. I can just put it in my bag and I can go and I can just get all these amazing shots. Look, I got the mini. And guess what happened? Nothing. I didn't film anything. I didn't make not one film. I had both of these drones for I don't know how long, and I've never used it in anything that I produce on YouTube or just in general. I have never used it. Then I was like, oh no. The Maverick 3 Pro has 3 lenses. It's an amazing drone. It's probably the best drone that will make my stuff look so professional, and it will just take my creativity to the next level. And I'm like, this is what I'm missing. And I'm like, no, I can't get it though, because it's $3,000. It's $3,000. Like I don't have $3,000 to push into something that I'm procrastinating so much with. But I'm like, but if I do get the drone, I'm going to use it. I'm going to use that drone. And that was my mentality. And I'm like, yeah, if I get it, I'm going to use it. And guess what? I got it. And guess how many times I used it? The Maverick Pro. And how many times I used it? 0. Yes, of course. I've flown the drone a million times, but I've never used it. Not a million times. This one, not a million times. But I've never used it on a large scale on something that I'm like my production. Right? I never used it. I have this thing with me where I feel like, yo, I gotta get the gear. Like gear motivates me, but at the same time, it's not enough to take you to the next level and make you have good performance. The gear is not going to mean that the performance or whatever you shoot is going to be awesome, and doesn't mean, most importantly, that you're even going to go out and shoot and you're even going to use it and be efficient with it, or you're going to put it in your schedule and you're going to actually take advantage of this and really go out and put the hard work in. Hard work doesn't equivalent to how much gear you got. You can have as much gear as you want. That don't mean you're gonna work hard. That don't mean it's gonna motivate you. And that's something I'm learning now. And it took me about a lot of money to get to this point where I'm understanding that it's not about the gear. Like the first camera I started with was actually is right here. It was this. This was my first camera. It's a A6000 Sony. On a Xeon Crane 2, and this camera actually to me was really good, but I did do some photography with it, and I did shoot a wedding with it, and I will say there was a point where the videography and stuff was flowing, but for the most part what I really want to do, it has been at a standstill, and that's like creating films, and that's been a huge passion for me, and I know I'm at a point where I definitely do not know, as much as a billion YouTubers out there, and I don't have the skill, that they probably have. You could go on my prior videos and see from 2000, I think it was like 2015, 2000. Like I have some old stuff where I was trying, like I was getting a collective group of people, and I was trying to, create these videos. Content wasn't good, but most importantly, I would say the work was being done though. Like the content the quality was like, that quality was really bad to me. It sucked. I'm gonna be honest. It was really bad. Like I didn't understand, the science behind the cameras. I have a better understanding now. I'm not gonna say I'm like, like this, man. I can't teach a master class or anything like that. But I will say that I have a better understanding on iOS and Aperture and all that stuff, and lighting, how important lighting is, and you know you know post production and grading. I have a better understanding because I did try to learn throughout the time that I was just being lazy and just buying gear and not worrying about much. Like I actually show you that right now I'm shooting on a FX30 Sony, and the second camera I bought was actually a Nikon 5300, but that's neither here nor there. I use that camera for a really good scene. It actually came out pretty dope. But right now, what I want to create film on is actually this camera here, which is a really weird build. If you take a look at it, I'll try to get it in frame so you guys can see it. But this is a really kind of a weird build to me. So if you look, I don't know, I got things everywhere. So I have a external battery right here, right? I also have one located in the back as well. Because when I bought this, I go on Amazon, I just buy things. I just buy things without really doing my research. So when I brought it, and this is just 100% on me, the wattage that came out of the small rig, I actually like the small rig battery. Let me take it off. I actually like this battery, it's pretty good. But it can't power up the nano nucleus focus and power up I have like a transmitter on here at the bottom. It looks so weird, guys. I'm sorry about this. Like a transmitter right here at the bottom to feed the video to this majiggy that, as you can see, I buy a lot of gear and I don't use anything actually. And I need to stop looking at that screen and start looking at it you guys directly. But it's a learning process, guys. I'm trying. But yeah, I bought a lot of gear and it couldn't power it up. And if you have a Blackmagic 4K camera, cinema camera, then you know the battery on it is really not that good. You're gonna need an external. So I had to, figure out somewhere to put an extra battery. And luckily I had this one. And this powers the camera by itself. And then this powers the actual nano manual focus, along with the the receiver for the video, and it works out pretty good. It's a pretty big rig build. It's a pretty big rig build. I have let me lower it for you guys real fast so you can see. I have a Rode mic on here as well as a light, just a light source. And I have Samsung SSD T5 for my storage, and I have another SD card inside. Have a little handle here. Maybe if I could take this off real fast. Let me see if I can just take this off so you can get a better look at this rig that's not, pretty sure a lot of people wouldn't call it ideal, but it's all I had, guys. Sorry. Let me see if I get this off. Always have problem getting these rigs off for some reason. I try to make it to where you have. I think I would literally have to twist that in order to get it off. All right, guys. I can't get it off, so I'm sorry. I'm really sorry about that. But this is my whole point with making this video, right? I want things to be, as well put together as possible. I want to be super prepared, and that was another reason why I procrastinated so much throughout this time when I want to create film. It's because I'm always looking for that, that perfect moment where, all right, I have this, I have that, I'm off work, this is charged, that's charged, everything's fixed, I got my green screen, I got that. It's just all these different components that you're looking for to be together so that you can create a video. It just puts you further back, and it just makes you take longer to film or to do your work. And I noticed it I noticed it about me. I noticed that I always want to buy gear and I don't really use it as much as I should. I noticed that I say, okay, tomorrow, all right, I do have a lot of stuff on the internet, but when you look at how many years I've been doing this, it doesn't equal out. Like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't. You don't see real work. In my personal opinion, this is me, and I have to be brutally honest with myself that I slacked. I slacked OD, especially when you having like a 9 to 5 job as well, and you tend to let your 9 to 5 job consume you. Not consume you, but of course we live in a world. Unfortunately, this world you need to work 5 days out the week. You get 2 days off. Hopefully, in other planets it's not like this, but yeah. But here, this is what it is, and this is what we got to do. Like, you see me speaking to you right now. I'm speaking to you with just the audio from the Sony mic, but I do actually have a Rogue. I have a wireless mic with the lavalier mics. I wanted to do that too, but then I'm like, yo, the mic's not charged. So I'm like, yo, let me charge the mics up, and then I'm gonna do it. But then I'm like, man, I gotta go to work soon. I'm not gonna make the video if I keep doing that. If I keep procrastinating, if I keep saying I need this, I need that, I'm not gonna make the video. Hopefully some people are still here listening to this, but let me just show you how deep this goes. So when I was working, I had a different job, but a few years ago, during COVID, I had to go to work. I had to work during that time, where a lot of people got furloughed or they got, remote working, or remote school. I had to go work, and I was traveling on a train, and I'm like, man, I could use this time to really figure something out. So I actually used the time, and I was able to write like a pretty, I don't know if you guys can see that, but I wrote like a pretty, pretty good script. Well, let me not say good, because I just wrote through it. It's about 200 pages of a script. I left the ending free so that I could, do whatever I want to do with the ending. So I had that since COVID, and I haven't done anything with it yet. It's pretty much been, I did it in like, I don't know how many weeks it took me or how many months, but I was writing like at least 3 to 4 pages a day. So, and I was just flowing. I was just going. And I've been trying to proofread it or make sure the story makes sense, stuff like that. And it's been a good journey, but I just left it. I just left it alone, and I haven't really been working on it. So, all right, let me just fast forward, and now this brings me to where I'm at now. So where I'm at now is I wrote another script, of course, because before I was doing things with a group of people, and I feel like when you do things with a group of people, there's a lot of extra variables that's required as far as like some people schedule. Huge thing. Maybe payment. There's a lot of things you have to look at when you're working with other people, and then you have to rely on people. And that was another reason why I feel like I got out of my creative flow, because I stepped into something so big that I wasn't able to control and that I wasn't prepared for yet. So now I'm trying to do something where I create films based around just me. So that way I don't really have no excuse. The thing is to get rid of the excuses, and just be like, yo, this is what it is, and this is what I need to do. Let me do it. So today I'm like, before this I knew I wanted to create videos, and I wanted to walk people through my journey of creating a film, and I'm like, yo, I could just be shooting my process, because I've been going through so many issues. Let me tell you this too. If you have a ton of gear, right, just because you haven't used it in like a few years doesn't mean that it's up to par. Doesn't mean that it still works. So for one, my Nano, let me show you. So this right here, this little piece that controls the manual focus, for some reason it was giving me issues. I had to restart it, recalibrate it, and do a whole bunch of tests on it just to make sure that it worked properly. And if you're doing gigs and you didn't use something in a long time, please test it out first, because when you go to that gig, most likely not gonna work. Another thing, this right here, I haven't used it in a while. This battery pack, right? For some reason, the charger magically stopped working. It's time for me to use it, the charger don't work anymore. Another thing, like I told y'all, with this. Another thing, I didn't know it can't power everything. I didn't know the wattage wasn't enough. I had to figure that out on my own. A lot of it's trial and error, and just good things because you start to learn. But then now that's not working. What's another thing? I haven't used DaVinci Resolve because I'm like a Final Cut person. Not Final Cut. Well, I did use Final Cut, but I'm like a Adobe. So I was like big into After Effects. I was big into Final Cut. After Effects, Premiere Pro, and when it comes to After Effects, man, I bought Element 3D plugins. Like just another thing, we spending money, unnecessary money. I was really fun with muzzle flashes on there, VFX, like everything. Like I was stuck on After Effects. I would stay on After Effects. Thing about After Effects, if you used it before, that joint's really choppy. Like I don't know if you're gonna have like a super brainiac computer in order to use it, but I had to really struggle with that program, and it's a monthly subscription base, so I'm still spending money for this stuff. I'm still spending money, and I'm not using it. Programs at that. So when I bought the Blackmagic camera, came with DaVinci Resolve, but I never used it really. So I jumped into DaVinci, and then I had some skill in it, but then I stopped. So I had to relearn DaVinci and all these upgrades and nodes and color signs, and so then I took me time to develop that. And I just feel like right now in this whole video, I'm just everywhere with it right now. And I'm just talking y'all to sleep, and I'm pretty sure 20 or 10 or the one person that watched this video has already clicked off. But if you didn't, I want to thank you for staying and going through this whole mixed up, unorganized video with me. But I just know there's probably people out there, I hope there's people out there like me, who want to create and just haven't had that push. Or just been procrastinating. Let's be honest with each other. And hopefully the audio is good in here because I didn't hook up the mics, so hopefully the audio is good, and hopefully I can just edit this. I'm gonna be honest. I might not even grade this at all because I already have like a little LUT that's in here. So I might just keep it how it is and stick with me through this process, guys. I'm gonna be creating a horror film. The horror film was actually supposed to be released this last month, and then I also had scheduled 2 other films to be released before the year's over, and I didn't even start the first one. So like, man, these expectations that we set for ourselves sometimes don't be realistic. That's another thing. Be realistic with yourself. Like I used to work out heavy, and I don't work out anymore at all. I don't know. I know it look like I dropped the ball on so many things, but I feel like, for the sake of the video, I really don't like to put personal life out there. But I feel like, let me just not say it. Let me just say I'm working. I don't want to put. I feel like I am excelling in other categories, and I'm decelling. I'm falling. Decelling. I don't know if that's a word, but I'm just descending down. You know what I mean? I'm just not where I need to be when it comes to working out and when it comes to creating film. So I am gonna try to be a lot more consistent with my film. I am gonna try to start making videos on a daily basis of what I learned and what I'm practicing on. I don't want to make this video too long, but I just learned something about this camera. Maybe if I could show you guys something, So, right, with this camera, right? So I did learn that there's simple steps, you should follow when it comes to, creating film. And before you get in post-production, try to make your the raw footage, if you're shooting raw, try to get that footage, right, to look as clean and as good as you would like the final product to look. As close to the final product as possible, right? Why I say that is because sometimes only post-production can only fix for so much. If it's shot bad, then there's no way you can fix it. Like sometimes, like I use natural lighting in the back. Like you can see my back is really blown out. Pause. It's really well lit back there, and from natural lighting though, and I thought that would be enough to do certain things, and I found out that sometimes you still might need that extra little bit of light from a different, light source. Just you gotta, play around with this stuff, and that's what I'm doing. I'm trial and error right now. I'm learning from my mistakes, and it's like I'm starting from square one. But sometimes it might be better to start from square one to not do anything at all. So this day one of me talking about my film and my process and my growing. And I know this might not be the video you was looking for. You probably wanted to learn a lot more. Hopefully I could teach people something. Hopefully y'all could teach me something. And yeah, we just keep going from there. Hopefully next time I'll have these Rode mics ready and my audio could be a lot clearer. Or I could have just took this Rode mic off of my Blackmagic camera. I could have put it on top of the Sony camera and I would have had a better audio right then and there. But I wanted this to look cool when I showed it to y'all. That's why I didn't do it. But hey, alright guys. Thank you and love. I know we gotta go to our 9 to 5s and we're trying to like better ourselves. But let's just hope, let's just keep that hope alive, keep praying, and just try to grind. That's it. I'm gonna upload this video. I don't have to put no, like the audio would go directly into there, so I don't have to do much. Might do a slight grade, maybe, but, alright y'all. Peace.